Okay, good morning. Bev Hepting here, the Message Maestro. After the news yesterday, I thought I would come on and talk to you about looking at where you are now. We've been through a rough year, and I think most of us thought it would be over by now, and it isn't. The thing is, for some of us, and hopefully for most of us, we've managed to hang on to our businesses, our small businesses. And I know certainly a lot of my clients and myself, did a lot of planning last year, a lot of pivoting, as they called it, and a lot of getting ready for whatever was to come in future. And I wonder if what we've all hoped for is this back to normal thing, which actually at this point in time doesn't exist. So certainly for myself, I made a big decision that I would run my business as best I can with what I had at this moment in time. Now, I'm relatively lucky. I don't have a bricks and mortar to worry about. It is very hard to teach people how to speak beautifully online, but it's not impossible. And I really enjoy what I do. So I'm going to keep going, and I want to urge all of you to keep going and not to give into that fear and into that, well, what's the point? And think that, well, okay, we've done this for this long. We can continue doing it. We can find new ways to communicate. We can find new ways to engage with people. We could still speak. We could still post. We could still, someone's had a very rocky time. Can't wait for spring. And I think it's true, this idea that it has been easy for some and for others more difficult. That's true to a point, but we all have had our own difficulties, and it's digging deep, isn't it, for that resilience that goes, I have to find a way to keep moving this forward. I need to find a way. Now, one of the issues, I know I've got 2 or 3 of my clients who are on their own, so they're responsible for all their bills, and they are responsible in a way for staff. Well, not in a way, they are responsible for staff and for team members and things like that. And I cannot imagine how stressful that must be. However, what I do is I talk about communication. So I think one of the things that every business needs to do is seriously look at how visible they are. How do they show up online? Are you showing up in a way that shows you off to your best? Are you showing up in the places you need to be showing up? Or have you scattered yourself across the internet in the hope that someone will see you somewhere? That is not the best policy, I have to say. Try and imagine if you wanted to find one particular star and you've got a very wide angled thing, to look into space, telescope, and you see all these stars and you've got to try and find the one. But if you have a laser focused telescope that goes straight to the star you want to find because it's shining brightly and it's exactly where you expect it to be and it's doing exactly what you expect it to do, then that is much better productivity. So I've been running a challenge. I say running, we're only in second working day of January, but looking at your visibility through January and where is it now? Just because we'll show up a lot online, does that actually mean that those posts, those blogs, those articles are converting into sales? Are they just being looked at and gone, oh, that's nice, and moving on? How are all these things performing? Now, we've been told over and over and over again, video is the way to go. And obviously, as a speaker, for me, video is my comfy place to be. And I'm sorry to actually say this, but video is big because people now want to see your face. People who are on their own and are thinking about buying, or you have a service they want or anything else, they want to know you. They want to see you. 1, because it creates trust. 2, it means that they can hear you And when we listen emotionally. So they'll emotionally engage with what you're saying, or they'll emotionally completely turn off, depending on how you're doing things. But it's imperative that you do video. It's absolutely imperative that people can see you and you're moving and it's not still, so that they can feel a part of what you're doing. And it's less like they're all on their own at home during lockdown with not seeing anybody for weeks, months on end. So seriously consider how you are going to use video this year. And if you're going to do it, don't just jump onto video and go, oh, I'll do a live here. And then, that was awful, so I won't do one again for whenever. I'm going to do a video series, and halfway through you get disheartened because you're not getting the traction you want. There's no such thing as overnight success online. I know people tell you there is, and you'll read all those stories of people, with the last £5 in their pocket, and, they were living in their van. Most of what's online is smoke and mirrors. It really is. The majority of us consider ourselves successful online because we can pay our bills and it gives us a wage, which is no different to if we went out to work. It's just that we are more in control of what we do. And for some, we thrive on it, and for some, they don't. It's taken a long time for me to become as visible as I am. It's taken me a while to become a global business. And I don't say that in terms of I have this huge office with the team. It just means I have global clients and I have spoken at international events and I belong to global forums because I decided to think bigger. So visibility is a huge part of what you need to do this year. So now we're back in lockdown, just take the time to have a look at how visible you are. Have a look across the social media you use. Look at the insights. Look at how many people are visiting your page, how many people are commenting, how many people are actually engaging. And look for the ones that do better than the others and try to figure out why they do better. Do video, keep them short, sharp and sweet. Do video, but do it well. Don't video without a message you want to give to people. Don't complicate the issue, which a lot of people do. And please don't ever do more than 15, 20 minutes. Or if you're doing a full workshop, never more than an hour, 2 hours with a good break. It's hard work sitting and listening in front of a computer on Zoom or whichever platform you're using and Facebook and YouTube. It's hard work. And our job is to make it easier for people who are listening to us. So go out there and be seen and be heard. Go out there and look at where you're visible, where you're not. Maybe actually where you are visible isn't where you're supposed to be, and where you're not actually participating or haven't opened up that social media, that is where you should be. So have a think about that and have a look, and come back and ask questions at any time you like. I'm going to be setting up on a Monday at 6 o'clock. I am going to set up a tea time tips and chat. And that'll be the first Monday of every month. And we can look at ideas for becoming visible, ideas for speaking better. It's all free, and ways for you to move your business forward and be authentic about it and have value to add to it and earn a living, at the very least. Thank you for listening, and hopefully you'll join me on the visibility challenge. If you go to Facebook and look for Vision and Visibility Challenge, you'll find it there. You can join at any time because the videos are being added in and the downloads are all there. So come and join us and make sure you are seen and heard in 2021, and keep that vision alive. But just look at doing it in different ways. And thank you, Tristan. Tristan is my mentor and he's amazing. So also look him up if you want some more great tips. Okay, bye.